Hi, welcome back to BJ's Learning Channel. Today, this is Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss season still, and tonight's Dr. Seuss book is called The Lorax. Probably The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. I'm probably sure this movie is on Netflix, so if you watched it, you can watch it again if you like. At the far end of town where the grickle grass grows and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows and no birds ever sing excepting old crows is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say if you look deep enough you can still see today where the Lorax once stood, just as long as it could before somebody lifted the Lorax away. Where is the Lorax and why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town where the grickle grass grows, the old one still lives here. Ask him, he knows. You won't see the one, so don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkum on top of his store. He lurks in his lurkum cold under the roof where he makes his own clothes out of muffled moof. And on special dank midnights in August he peeks out of the shutters and sometimes he speaks and tells how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. On the end of the rope he lets down a tin pail and you have to toss in 15 pence and a nail and the shell of great-great-great-grandfather snail. Then he pulls up the pail and makes a most careful count to see if you've paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you paid him away in his snuff, his secret strange hole in his grovelous glove. Then he grunts, I'll call you by whisper my phone, for the secrets I tell you for your ears alone. Slurp! Down slurps the whisper my phone to your ear, and the old one's whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through his snurgling nose, and he sounds as if he had smallish bees up his nose. Now I'll tell you, he says with his teeth sounding grey, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. I wonder if it before he was even born. Way back in the days where the grass was still green and the ponds were still wet and the clouds were still clean and the song of the swummy swans rang out in space. One morning I came to this glorious place. And first I saw the trees, the truffle trees, the bright-coloured tufts of the truffle trees, the bright-coloured mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloots frisking about in their barbaloot suits as they played in the shade and ate truffle fruits. I wish I was there. From the rippleless pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those truffle trees, all my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great bleating of joy in my heart I knew just what to do. I unloaded my cart. Look, I can see a Aloud. He's like, what? What's he doing? In no time at all, I built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffle tree with one chop, and with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a sneed. Then instant I'd finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him, that's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy. He spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Okay, this is the part where the Lorax came out. And they first met. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed, what's that thing you've made of my truffle tuft? Look, Lorax, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped one tree, I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a sneed. A sneed's a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat. But it has other things, other uses, yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers for bicycle seats. The Lorax said, Sir, you are crazy with greed. There's no one on earth who would buy that fool sneed. But at that very next minute, I proved he was wrong. For just at that minute, a chap came along, and he thought the sneed that I knitted great. He happily brought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax, you poor stupid guy. You never can tell what people will buy. I repeat, cried the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Shut up, if you please. I rushed across the room, and in no time at all, I built a radio phone and I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers, uncles, and aunts, and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Wensler family to get mighty rich. Get over fast. Take the road to North Nitch. Turn left at Weak Haven. Sharp right at South Stitch. And in no time at all, the factory I built, the whole Wensler family was working full tilt. We were working, knitting sneeds just as bitty as bees, to the sound of the toppling of truffle trees. Oh my gosh, look how much truffle trees they chopped down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, that's quite a lot. Then baby, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked the 4 trees in one smacker. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. We were making sneeds 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. Look, oh my gosh, look how fast he's chopping it. 1, 2, 3 in one go. I hope he doesn't chop anymore. But the next week he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown Aloud who played in their shade with their Aloud suit and happily lived eating truffle fruits. Now, thanks for your hacking, my trees to the ground. There's not enough truffle fruit to go round, and my poor barbaloots are getting all the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. Oh, look. They chopped down so many trees. I can't even see their pupils. Anyway, I'll tell you what pupils are at the end of the book. They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. And I, the onceler, felt sad as I watched them all go, but business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. I meant no harm. I truly did not. I most truly did not. But I had to grow bigger, so big I got. I bigged my factory, I bigged my roads, I bigged my wagons, I bigged the loads of the needs I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north, and I went right on biggering, selling more needs, and I bigged my money, which everyone needs. Look at that. The factory just makes a cart, and then they put the truffle things in, and then they just put it in there, and then they can knit it. How cool is that? I got three sneed trucks delivering. Then again he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old nuisance Lorax came back with some more gripes. I am the Lorax, he coughed, and he sneezed, and he snuffled, he snuggled, he sniffed. Once slow, he cried with a cruffless croak. Once slow, you're making such smuggless smoke. My poor swammy swans, why they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smoke in their throat. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live them, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They might have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smog you smugged up around here. What's more, snapped the Lorax. His danger was up. Let me say a few words about Gluppity Glup. Your machinery chugged on day and night without stop, making Gluppity Glup, also sloppity slop. And what you do with this leftover goo, I'll show you, dirty once-la man you. You're gumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off, and their future is dreary. They'll walk on her fins and get awfully weary. They're in some search of the water that is not so smeary. I hear things that are just as bad up as Lake Erie. Look at that one. You can walk on her fins. And that one, it got splashed with the goo. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap yap and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you I intend on going, just doing what I do. And for information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more truffle trees into needs which everyone need. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack from outside the fields came a smickering smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffler tree of them all. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So in no time my uncles, aunts, everyone all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my car and drove away in the smoke-smuggled skies. And now all that was left neath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance and gave me a very sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants, and I'll never forget the look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place through a hole in the smoke without leaving a trace. I wonder how he did that. And all that was the Lorax left here in this mess was a pile of rocks with one word, unless whatever that meant. Well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away through the years while my buildings have fallen apart. I've worried about it with all my heart. Look, the need sign is starting to fall apart. But now, said the one, so now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear, unless someone like you has a whole awful lot. Nothing is going to get better, it's not. So catch, calls the one he let something fall. It's a truffler seed, it's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffler seeds. Plant a new truffler, treat it with care, give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow forests, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back. Okay, so that's it for today. Don't forget to smash the like button and hit the like and hit the subscribe button, and then you can listen to more of my books that I have uploaded. Okay, so that's it for today. See you on another episode of Read Aloud Books or another learning episode. Bye.